Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to a new episode of the Lambitious Podcast. So excited to have you here. It's finally summertime. I am one of your hosts. My name is Lloyd Lindley, and I'm joined by my fellow co-host and Pisces brother, Mr. Patrick Francis. What's going on?
All right, welcome. How's it going?
Man, it's going good, man. Just excited. It's summertime. Feel rejuvenated, and
Yeah.
just excited about today's show too.
Yes, sir. I'm ready. So we have some great guests on the show tonight, and it's something different than what we've had in the past. What you think?
Definitely, man. I was excited to see it. Like it's so many avenues with nonprofits and just the platforms. I don't want to give away everything, but it's so exciting to see how the skills people can present on different platforms. And anything nonprofit, I'm for it, man.
Right, right. So let's go ahead and bring them on. Let's jump into it. I wish I had the video up because the video it would show the trailer of the actual movie that we're going to be discussing. But let's go ahead and bring on our first guest, Miss Jennifer Smith. Welcome to the Left Bishop Show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Awesome, awesome. So, um, on the captions that we put out on social media, we're talking about you pioneering something which hasn't been, as far as I know, hasn't been really done before, as far as in the nonprofit, sector in that realm. So,
Hmm.
kind of tell us a little bit about that because we're talking about film production in the
Yeah,
nonprofit arena. So, tell the audience who you are and a little bit about yourself, and tell us exactly what's Aniya's Escape.
sure. Again, thank you both for having me and my crew and cast on. So I'm Jennifer Smith. I am the founder of actually the Achievement Academy. So this started a few years ago, and I started this journey doing life skills training for teenagers and also college students, kind of young adults, helping them transition into the real world with the life skills, budgeting, that type of thing. And a lot of what I was doing was actually in person. So when COVID hit, I just had to kind of take a back seat and say, let me just, wait a minute, let me kind of rethink this. But I actually always had a passion for film and music, and I started my major back in like 1998 was supposed to be that way. It was supposed to go into, audio recording and film. But just, of course, life happens. And so I transitioned into a different route. But now, honestly, I've just come full circle. 2019, I was co-founded the Youth Awards here in Houston. And then as I was thinking about what could I do differently and how could I pursue my passion while helping other people pursue their passions, I just took the Achievement Academy LLC and I started a nonprofit, which is called the Achievement Academy Productions Incorporated. And the mission of the Achievement Academy Productions is pretty much to create the opportunities. So, it's still with having the educational background, but it's really, going towards film, music, performing arts, and just everything that's in that whole arena, even if it's, directing, that type of thing. And it's creating opportunities for other individuals, primarily the younger group, kind of like 30s and under, but I cater to all ages. And these are the people that are looking to really get, gain more experience, gain more exposure, get their, their name out there, get their foot in the door, and start building up their portfolio. And so that's really how this whole thing started. It started with the dream. This particular film, I wrote this as a short story back in 2009, and honestly, I've just been sitting on it. It's always been a nice escape. And one day I just said, hey, I prayed about it and said, what can I do to kind of get this out there? And this is the direction that, God led me on, the nonprofit as well. So it's been a blessing. It's been a journey. This first production has been a huge learning experience because, I'm doing a lot. My hands are in every single thing other than, cinematography. But my hands are everywhere. So I am the writer, director, producer of Aniya's Escape.
Yeah, that's pretty huge. It's been like you said, this is 2021, right?
I
Yeah.
was just I
So
was just about to say that too. 'Cause I mean, that speaks on your perseverance on the project. 12 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And 12 years later to see it and to bring it to fruition. And I kind of speaks with Limp. Like Pat and I, we've been, been doing this for so long, and it just kind of came into fruition. But congratulations with the project as well,
Thank
on your,
you.
and I think it's super dope to have that platform to bring, a different niche to the game, where someone can utilize acting, directing, and utilize their skill, especially for minorities,
Yeah, yeah.
to do that. So that's dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, and what I really like about that also is you're giving people opportunities through your nonprofit, so that way they can display their talents and either hey maybe they have their own movie, maybe they
Mhm.
participate with
Yeah,
another some other type of show or collaborate with you or their own group with a cast. And I know doing something like this is a lot of work, right?
yeah. It's a lot. A
So
little,
so
yeah.
who did you have helping you out with some of these projects that you've been working on?
So for this, the main person is his name is Nikolai Mitchell. He is also done directing, acting as well, cinematography. I guess I can let him tell everyone about himself.
Welcome, Nikolai. Make sure
Hello,
I'm trying to make sure I say your name properly.
Nikolai.
Yeah, Nikolai, you said it right. Thank you for having me. First off, yeah, like Jennifer said, I pretty much got my hands in everything. Started in front of the camera as an actor, and just on set, seeing how everything's done, I was kind of intrigued by how the process works. So I just took it upon myself to start learning every aspect of film, I guess. So that's how I got into it, and just a continued learning experience for me. So I'm grateful for the opportunity and Jennifer choosing me to help put this film together. So
So that's
um,
awesome.
yeah.
How did this come together? Like, did you see some of his work before, or have you been doing this a long time also, like on the side, or is this one of your main, something that you do for a career?
So for me, I've been doing it for about 5 years now. It's not my full time job. Most of my business comes from referrals, and that's how Jennifer found me through a referral. And I actually hadn't done film for a little while. I had shifted over to like weddings and commercial and different projects for people. And she brought this to me. As had many other people, they'll kind of reach out to me and say, "Hey, man, I'm trying to put this together. I have this script, and can you take a look at it? Let me know what you think." And Jennifer kind of did the same. She told me her background and what she was trying to do, and she sent me her script, and I said, I'll take a look at it, and see what I think about it. And she sent it to me. I started reading it, and I couldn't put it down, man. I was like, man, this is good. This is like legit. Like, I was like, people will want to see this. The story is something that people can, not everybody, but a lot of people probably can relate to.
Hmm.
Certain aspects of the story. And I was like, man, this is, there's a message in here. It goes deep. And so, I hit her back and I was like, hey, man, this is fire, Jennifer. I'm ready when you're ready.
She's
Let's get
blushing
started.
now. Look at her.
No, that's actually what he said.
Hey Jennifer, can you give us a synopsis for the audience of what the movie is about? And he said it's deep, so kind of describe that for us.
Well, it like you said, there's a message. So this is actually about a young girl who experiences trauma in the process of her finding out a family secret. And so this film is really about breaking generational curses and also forgiveness. And so that's the deep part of why it's so important, and why people can relate, because it may not necessarily be the same thing that someone else has gone through, but it could be similar. And just the fact that, someone in some capacity may have, people have experienced generational curses. And if they haven't, they they may have gone through something that was traumatic, that they had to they've come to this point in their life where, like, I have to forgive in order to move forward, or and you find forgiveness in the strangest ways sometimes. So that's really what this is about.
Okay, cool. And y'all do the back. Y'all are pretty much in the background for this movie. Is it called a full length movie, or how long is it?
I think it's still a short film, but
Short
it's,
film.
I don't know, Nikolai, is it technically?
Technically, yeah, 60. It's 59 minutes to be
Okay.
exact. So yeah, so it's a little bit past short now.
That's about
It's
how
a
long my
medium film.
that's about how long my attention span is just in general. So
Yeah,
so that's like perfect.
I
yeah.
have I have a quick question for Nikolai. So the new wave that everybody's going towards now is with the drone video and drone photography.
Mhm.
Do you is that part of your repertoire yet, or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It sure is. Yeah, like I said, I'm learning every aspect of film. I actually just purchased a brand new drone, FPV drone, which is a first person view. And that's where drones are starting to shift to now. So I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve as much as possible. But yeah, I do drone work as well.
that's what's up? Okay, okay. That was my question. I just wanted to know. I mean, before we got so deep into the storyline, I just wanted to know because everybody that's the new wave now. People go with the weddings and vacations. You see people with
Yeah,
it is dope.
that
So
aerial shot makes a difference, and we got some of that in Aniya's Escape. So that aerial shot does make a big difference. So
And let me just say, there was we did like a little behind the scenes where Nikolai is climbing a tree to get a good shot. So um,
Oh, really?
I will say, oh yeah, I will say, he went above and beyond to make
Oh, he's
sure.
like a stunt photographer,
yeah,
stunt
basically,
cameraman.
basically, I'm all over the place. I have the if the vision pops in my head, I'll be like, you know what, that'd be a dope shot to get it from inside, above in this tree, looking down at them. So
Well,
hop
that's
up there and get it done.
I mean that's interesting right there because it's like just seeing you putting forth that effort to get these types of shots. I'm interested in the release and to see this movie, and I know the people that you have to work with. So, tell us about a little bit about how did you go about picking the actors and actresses for the show or for the movie?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just I went on, Casting Calls Houston was
Hmm.
one, and the other was Backstage. I mean, I just went to see like, okay, what's local, what's Houston. I mean, I couldn't pay, like I could do like a little gas allowance stipend, if you will. But I had to keep that in mind, and so, but everything I wanted to make sure that every step of the way, everything was professional. And
Hmm.
so, I could ask around or I could just do it the way that I feel like it should be done. And I didn't want to, cut any corners. And so, if people are out there and there's actors looking for work, they're more than likely on casting calls. And so I put it out there. Once the script was done, I wrote up I guess the roles, like what characters I needed and a little brief description about it, the age range, like the traditional stuff that you'd see. And I put it out there and I started looking. So like one of the main stars that plays the role of Aniya, she actually didn't even audition for it. Like she didn't find me. I went and found her through one of the casting call sites. And it was the craziest experience because back in like 2011 or so, when I was still thinking about this being a short story, I had someone draw up a cover, like a mock cover, book cover.
Hmm.
And when I came across her picture, it was just the weirdest thing. I was just like, oh my God, that's her.
Okay.
And, I was just like, I hope she can act. But, I just reached out to her and I was like, hey, I have this thing. It's called Aniya's Escape. And if you're interested, I'd like for you to audition. So, I just made that effort and everything kind of fell into place.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and introduce them because we've seen them on the flyers. Let me make sure we can fit everybody in here. We got two more people, the stars of Aniya's Escape, Tab Lee and London Kendrick. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hello.
So, let's go ahead and start with ladies first. So, Miss Tab Lee, kind of just give us a little intro and a background about yourself.
Well, hi. Well, I'm Tab Lee, and actually, I've been acting for about 15 years. I moved to Houston from Chicago, and just kind of I don't know, in 2013, and I've been here. I've been just trying to follow my dream and just continue to do what I love to do. And so I appreciated Jennifer reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity to be in this production. I've loved it. It's been an awesome experience, family, and just again professionalism, and the storyline is different from what I'm used to playing. So I definitely feel like it stretched me as an actress as well. So it was an all around good experience.
Nice. And where did you say you were from?
Chicago.
Chicago, and made your way to Houston. So,
Yeah, I'm here.
so you've been acting for a long time, or is this something new? Tell us about
Yeah,
that.
I've been acting since 2006. And then I left. I'm actually from South Bend, Indiana, and then I moved to Chicago on my own and kind of wanted to do my dreams. And so I went to Columbia College, Chicago, and then graduated from there. And then I ended up being homeless and ended up being here. So my story is a long one, but I think that God has brought me a long way, and I have a beautiful story to tell. And I think that my talent is going to take me far, hopefully. So
So we're gonna see on the screen. It's gonna speak for itself.
you better believe it.
And Mr. London,
Yes,
tell
sir.
us a little bit about your background and just introduce yourself to the audience.
So my name is London Kendrick Jr. I'm from Hartford, Connecticut, and I've been acting for about 10 years now. This is actually my first film, and I've done some commercial work and print model. But when I came down here to Houston and I seen the opportunity to jump on an acting role, and I auditioned for it as well, Jen gave me the opportunity, and I've been making it, excuse me, the best of it ever since. So, can I tell them, Jen, about the role with
Yeah,
that? So,
absolutely.
I went for the role of the coach, and the coach, his role was a little bit different from the one I have now. So I submitted the role initially. So Jen says like, no, we got a different route. We want to go with you. So I said, okay. So she told me about the doctor role, Dr. Anderson, and I read it and I was like, this is totally different from what I'm used to. Like I'm a good, nice, cool dude, laid back, and he's like, the whole opposite. So when I got the role, I said, you know what, let's go for it, because a lot of people would back down from certain roles in the industry. You want to keep your name in certain roles in certain places, but I was like, you know what, I'm ready to make that change. Let's dive right into it, and yeah, now I'm here.
I think that's a great point that you just made. As far as being an actor or actress, you guys have to
Mhm.
be very diverse. You have to be
Right.
flexible within your role, because if you're stuck in one role, it's like if I seen it once, I've seen it a million times. I don't need to see this movie. And I think the great actors like Denzel or somebody like that, they're able to transform themselves, to different roles, and you feel compelled to watch it. But if I've seen you in the same role, unless you're just above and beyond, it's like I've seen this before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and this role is, like I said, it's my character, who I am as a person, is flip flop. So it's like, to channel that person, you have to, get into character. And Nikolai, he was, well, everyone, Nikolai, Tab, they were real good and instrumental, but helped me develop that character. So once I brought it out, it was like, all right, I got it now.
Cool. So I want to know a little bit about what's the experience of going through production. Like Jennifer, it starts with a thought and put it on paper, and then all of a sudden it turns into a full blown short film movie, and who knows where it can go from there. So let's kind of go, in a circle. I'll start with Tab, and then we'll go to London, Nikolai, and then Jennifer top it off. Just briefly kind of, explain, the experience that you had when you went through this process.
Um, I think the main thing that for any production to work when you're on set is just, having a vision and everyone being on board, understanding, organizing what you're trying to do, and, making that be clear. And I think that once you have that and everyone have that same camaraderie as far as this is our mission, this is our goal, this is what we want to do. And you want you to have the freedom to explore your characters. I think for me as an actress, I think I don't know. It's so important for the director to give the actor a chance to really become that character. And so I think that Jennifer did a beautiful job of allowing us to kind of really explore, okay, we can say a different line, say it differently this way, or whatever it is, to make it more real, more authentic. And so I think that definitely, but just having the same goal, the same vision in mind of what you want, and just and growing and building from there makes it work.
All right, Mr. London.
I agree exactly what Tabitha said as well. When we came there, it was a bit challenging, but at the same time, you have to tackle that character. And when you have people behind you and Jens give you the push to really, be yourself and be the character as well, it kind of goes together hand in hand. And during that time, like I said, filming, the schedule was comfortable for everyone. So we were all be able to work together at the same time. So everything worked exactly how it was supposed to. And, with COVID and this pandemic, she made it feasible to work around everyone's schedule. So, I thank her for that as well.
Cool. So look like Jennifer, is this your first directing job?
Yeah, first of
on,
many.
on film though, but you've been directing everything else.
Yeah, I've been directing everything else. Yeah. I was directing back in junior high.
Yeah. So Nikolai, tell us about your experience also.
She said she's been directing since I could tell you she's a director. She pushes. Credit to our cohesive relationship in this on this project, because it's art, and not every project and artist has similar visions. And sometimes it gets hard to work with people that don't have the same vision as you. But when we got together and she allowed me to do me, I let her do her, and it just kept flowing. So there wasn't much of a resistance, I'll say. And that made it a whole lot easier, than you being on a project with somebody and it gets difficult because they see something some way and then you're like, it's not working. So the actors, the talent that was there, I mean, credit to them, they pushed. So I feel like when everybody's on the same page, everybody has the same goal, and we're all pushing, for the same thing, it flows, and that's my perception of what we did here with this project. Everybody was positive, came in ready to work every day, and we grinded, so thank you to all of you guys.
Nice. And go ahead, Lloyd.
No, I was just gonna say. So roughly, like, how long did the project take from start to finish? Like, not from 2009, Jennifer, but from from the actual production. Like, how long did it take, like, to get the production, especially as Nikolai alluded to with COVID? I know they had to probably push things back since you have to work around everyone's schedule.
Well, here's a little unknown fact, I guess. So when I reached out to Nikolai originally, when we had the first conversation, he doesn't even realize the script wasn't even complete. So I had the story, I was working on the script, and I just was looking at it like I want it to be, right. Like I wanted the format to be right, and I just had the shell of it. And it wasn't until that conversation when I was just like, someone's gonna actually take it, actually look at the script. Like I gotta get on it. I gotta finish it. So I just kind of went into hustle mode. And when was that? Like February, the beginning of February, so. Possibly end of January.
I think so.
And something like that. This is based on a true story.
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's someone's truth, just not mine.
Got it.
If that makes sense. So yeah, I kind of started the very first conversation I had about like this Aniya's Escape is going to be a short film, was in January. And so once I started and once I set my mind to it at that very moment, and I start, kind of saying, who do I know that might know somebody that might know a videographer? Like that's kind of what my first thoughts were, like, who do I know? And so I started looking at my phone and I was like, okay, they may know someone. So I just reached out, and I reached out to maybe like 3 people. And, I got one great hit. And I got someone else that reached out to me like, hey, can I see your script? But I wasn't, it wasn't through a personal referral. And so when this particular person like said, hey, I know someone, or I've heard of someone, and I was just like, okay, great. And I don't know, I mean, it was just that initial conversation where I was like, okay, I think this might be, it might be great. So from there it started, and I think February I did auditions, put it out there. By I start filling the roles at the end of February. By March, we pretty much had everything rolling. We did a virtual, we did like a virtual meet and greet because of COVID. So we did that at like March. We did a photo shoot as well. And then we start flowing. So I think by the time we actually start filming, it was April. And by, we finished in May. We had some hiccups with the weather, but, I was trying to keep it kind of short and sweet as if possible. But I think altogether we filmed maybe 3 weekends, not both days, but we had a solid like 2 full days. The main weekend where we hit like 18 hours. Just in one day we were filming 18 hours straight for everybody that was participating, with the food and stuff like that. And then by the end of May we were done.
Man, that's like a grind. Like Nikolai said, it's like a grind, like working 18 hours straight, and then on top of that, probably have a whole lot of other stuff going on, personally, and other jobs or businesses that you have to take care of, right? So
Families,
it's like
careers.
a lot of sacrifice came with that. So I mean, I think it's going to pay off, putting in that type of work. So I have a couple of random questions. I think Lloyd, let me see if Lloyd's back. There he goes. So we usually have a little segment in the show where we do like some random on the spot questions that are related to or may not be related to what we're talking about. So uh this might be a little bit different this time, but I'm gonna ask questions because we got more people on the panel. So let me ask Tab. Let me ask you a let me pick on Tab first. So the random question for you is, what did you learn about London during this experience that was a big surprise to you? And then London, I want you to answer the same thing for Tab.
Oh, can y'all hear me? No. London, London caught on very quickly. I think that he took instruction very well, and I think that because I think he was a little nervous at first, and I think that some of our up close moments I think was a little uncomfortable. So I think that again, and you will have those moments as with actors where you have to be a little uncomfortable, and so I think I appreciate that he was okay, and I was giving him the okay. It's okay, you can touch my arm. It's all right. I'm not gonna freak out. So I think that me and him built a great that chemistry is so important when you have those characters. So I mean that worked.
Cool. All right. How about you, Mr. London? What did you learn about Tab that would surprising to you?
Well, I'll say this: when I initially read the script, and I read it over, and then I read it over again, and I started looking in detail, I'm like, okay, whoever's playing this other person is gonna is I don't want to give it away, but so I just went into it like, okay, we're gonna do this. But when it came time to do it, like you said, as actors, you can read a script and practice it with whoever, but when it's time to get the ball rolling, the camera's on you, it's almost like you gotta perform. So
that's where the term stage fright comes from, right?
yeah. And,
those lights hit different when you could practice at home all you want, but lights are on. It's different.
It was challenging at first, but then she made it a little bit more comfortable for me. She said, "Listen, just be yourself." And then over time, as we kept filming, I was like, okay. And I let her know when we was actually practicing and going over our lines. Like, I let everyone know, like, listen, she's really good. Like, she's a good actor. Like, hands down. When you see this film, you're gonna be like, wow, like, where was she? Like, where was she all this time? So, yeah, I do give her credit for that, and just helping me along the lines of being comfortable, because in the future, if I have to do something, which we did, I would be more comfortable and like, all right, I've been through this already, so. Yeah.
Sounds like good experience. I have some more questions, but I'm gonna let Lloyd. You have some, Lloyd?
Well, I'm gonna take a question from the audience. So,
okay.
Miss Jean Williams, this is for Tab. Since she says South Bend by way of Chicago, this is a personal question. What differences have you noticed from Chicago to
Oh
Houston, other
God.
than the weather? Other than the weather, though.
Oh, the people here are different. Like, I mean, Chicagoans, we kind of, they it's like New Yorkers. I mean, we do our own thing. We ride the subway. You on your phone. You in your lane. You ain't thinking about nothing else. That's just kind of your, But see, here it's just, Southerners is a different kind of people. Y'all are truly like Texans. Like y'all proud of y'all state. Like y'all. Nah, but it's been Southern hospitality that's been the biggest thing. Okay, there's some nice folks here. No, but I've enjoyed just the experience. Texas, I mean, you said other than the weather. I don't like y'all bugs though. I'm sorry, I can't do the bugs. Them big ass. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good? You good? You good?
Them big flying things, whatever they are. Yeah,
Mosquitoes.
no, them big. Yes, them. Dang, woo. Okay. No, that's
I can go with that. I can go with that. I've been to Chicago once, and there is certainly a different energy there. It is Chicago reminds me of like a New Orleans, but up north. You
yeah.
got people on the corner playing jazz, and they have their own vibe to it. And people are proud of Chicago too, like we are here. But I'm from the South Side of Chicago, or West Side, or whatever, and so it's a lot of transplants here, a lot of transplants here. But hey, Houston is the melting pot right now, so
It is. It is.
so
Yeah, Chicago has a lot of good history, a lot of history there.
Yes, great culture.
All right, so let's see. So Nikolai, I got a question for you. This is just a random question. So, if you had any other job, any other career that you could do that, something that maybe if you were younger you would went a different direction, or just something that, on your wildest dreams you would be doing this. What type of job or career would that be?
A professional vacationer. I would. I love to travel. So for me, like anything where I can just get to go around the world and experience different cultures, different people, like I would love something like that. Like that's a goal job for me. Just to travel the world and experience life in other countries. And through other people's eyes and their experiences.
Okay, cool. Where would you travel to? What's one of your favorite places?
The motherland. I got to visit Africa for sure.
Which
Doesn't matter
country?
which country, actually. Just just to go there and experience the richness of Africa. I that's on my list of places to go for sure.
Okay, cool. And now my question for Jennifer Smith. Will you do a biography of me? Nah, nah, I'm just playing.
What?
I'm just playing. So tell me, give me your top 3 favorite movies of all time.
Ooh.
That's
Okay.
Let's see where you get
so-
your influences from. So,
All right. So you may or may not have seen it. I'm not from Houston. I just live here now. So I would say Just Another Girl on the IRT, I think is what it's called.
Just Another Girl on the
I think it's
IRT.
from the IRT or on the IRT, something like that. I never figured out what IRT stood for, but it's called Just Another Girl from the IRT, something like that.
Mm.
Probably Adventures in Babysitting.
Okay. There's some interesting movies.
Yeah. And Deja Vu.
Deja Vu. I've heard of that one, I think.
That's for Denzel.
With Denzel.
Okay. With Denzel.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the only one I've heard of so far.
Okay.
So you recommend everybody watch the other 3 though?
I mean, I'm cheesy like that, so I guess it really depends on what you like. I'm stuck in like, the 90s. So, I'm still kind of, my mind is like, if I could go right now and watch like Weird Science, I would. If I could watch Girls Just Want to Have Fun, like I would. So yeah, I'm kind of way back there. I'm still stuck.
And what I was looking at is a couple of comments. I think this was to Tab when she was talking about the Southerners. She said we're friendly. We're friendly out here.
Not everybody.
You say
Not everybody.
About 45 North. It's not.
oh, wait, north side.
I'm north of north, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's certain places to stay away from. So let's see. So I want to talk about exactly the trailer. I wanted to put it on the screen, but I wasn't able to upload it on StreamYard what we're on. But I'm gonna show everybody where they can view it. So can you tell us a little bit, Jennifer, about when is this gonna be released? And I think the tickets are on sale now, right?
So we sold out. So here's the thing. We're having a film premiere on Saturday, this coming Saturday, actually June 26th in Katy at the Alamo Draft House. But we sold out in 7 days. So it was a really great thing. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. I mean, we looked up and it was just like, wait, where did the tickets go? So I'm really excited. But everyone will be able to rent it starting Sunday. So June 27th. You can actually pre-register now. It looks like the link is on the screen. It's achievementacademyproductions.org. You can also do .com. So either way it goes, it'll get you there where you need to be. And you can see the trailer through that same link. You can go to YouTube if you want and type in Aniya's Escape. So ANIYA 'S Escape. And you can see the trailer. So either way, but so Sunday is when it officially releases and you can rent it. I will say that the proceeds from the sales goes back to the actors. And so, of course, you know, oh yeah, she's like, I didn't know that. Yeah, so it's not for me to keep. It's my way of saying thank you to them for the hard work that they put in. And so this is the process of how the productions will go each time. You know, we're going to be doing this again and again, and we're going to be hopefully doing a film premiere. And, you know, once we hit that video sales, it's like, that's kind of going back to them. And it may not be much, you know, it just really depends on how much support we give. It may be $50 that gets, you know, that each get $50. It may be $100. It may be $150. So it really depends on, you know, how much support that we get. But it's just my way of saying thank you to them for everything that they've done.
Well, I'm definitely gonna post it on my page, and it's gonna be on Lamp's page so everybody can see it. I love the trailer and just hearing, you know, actually getting to talk to the people that's in the movie, the actors, actresses, and behind the scenes, Nikolai, and of course, with you, Jennifer, putting it, you know, with the starting with the thought, and then it has to start somewhere, and then now it's coming to fruition, like Lloyd said. It's really cool being able to talk to y'all about what your experience was and how we now get to sit back and enjoy the movie.
Can I share also too, one of the things with the Achievement Academy Productions is, you know, we talked about creating those opportunities for talent, right? And so that's not just film. So, you know, for example, one of the other actors, Jacob, hit me up yesterday and he said, you know, he wants to do a short film as well. And he just, you know, he had some questions for me. Can I ask you, he was just like, can I ask you, you know, well, how did you get started and who did you reach out to? And I feel like in so many cases, like people don't want to share that knowledge, right? Yeah. And that's the whole point of what we're doing. And so I told him, I said, hey, let's make it through this weekend and let's sit down and talk, because I don't always have to be the writer for the things that we do in the future, you know? So if he's writing and his, you know, and he's going to do the script or he wants to do directing or whatever, like that's the whole point. And we can, you know, collab in the future and we can, you know, I can give him that knowledge that I learned and, you know, and hopefully we can work together, all of us. I mean, the chemistry was great. So hopefully that's something that we can do in the future as well, just to kind of repeat and work on something else. Maybe it's a comedy, maybe it's suspense, you know, but it's all about working together, giving, you know, having the more exposure. But I found out at the beginning, so this was really impromptu because I didn't expect it in the beginning. when I started this journey, I found out that Tab and India, who's the one that plays Aniya, they're singers. And so when I found that out, I was just like light bulb went off, and I'm like, I used to write way back in the day. So I was like, I wonder if I could put something together, and it could be, because I wanted to write something for the film anyway. So I was thinking, like, I wonder what we could do. Could we make this happen? Could we swing it? And so we did. And I reached out to a cousin of mine that has a music label out in Austin called Interpage Music and True to It Records. I reached out to him, and I sent him, kind of like a little sample of them singing, and he was like, I'm in. And so we got up we planned it out, and we got up and met up on a Saturday morning, and we drove to Austin, and they went into the recording studio, and we, recorded a full song in 6 hours, and it's out now on all the music streaming. So it's called Run, but it's Run Aniya's Escape. So if you just Google or put in iTunes or Spotify or even YouTube Aniya's Escape, then you'll see it'll say Run Aniya's Escape. And we have the cover as well for the single, but I'm still waiting on that to upload and update on the streaming platforms.
Awesome.
But it's a beautiful song.
So what I'm hearing, Pat, now, because we had our group back in the 90s. So we need to get back in the studio.
Yeah. So I used to be part of Too Hectic, me and my cousin.
Too Hectic.
When we was rapping back in the day. So, I might have to call her up and say, like, Too Hectic, we need to have a reunion, and then we need to get with Tab and India, and we need to get with y'all,
We don't have a whole tour.
On tour, yeah.
And I just wanted to say this before we get off that, of course, Lloyd knows, but I'm not sure if everybody else knows, but I've known Jennifer for over 2 decades now, and we've always supported each other, and I'm very proud and excited to see what you're doing, and it's like, you just keep doing great things, and this is another great thing, and you got more to come.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah. Over 2 decades.
And she's always been a director.
Do this, do that. Go here. Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody got any final words before we get off? It's been a great show.
I'm from Hartford, but I do love Houston. I do love Houston. It's just the weather down here is a different monster. I got in my car the other day, and it's totally different. I got in my car, I have leather seats, so I opened the door and I just sat right in with jeans and everything. My pants was up. It was instant burn, like instantly, and I was like, I don't have tints on my car, so I'm learning.
Barbecue chicken, yeah.
I know we're against the time. I have one quick question for all y'all, and y'all can give a quick 1-sentence answer to this. So, a young and upcoming, thespian wants to act, what's the first piece of advice that you would give them? And, it could be a quick little answer, but what's the first? Because, a lot of these kids want to play basketball, football, stuff like that. But what about, hey, I want to act, I want to be on the big screen, or what advice would you give them?
Ladies first.
Take a class. Never be afraid. You can learn so much with training. Continue to work on your craft, and learn how to take criticism. I mean, not everybody gonna like what you do, but once you figure out how to do you and play you, you're untouchable. So take class.
I would say the same thing. I was actually taking a class while filming at this same time as well, and just follow your dreams. I know it gets played out. You hear it a lot. People say it all the time. Follow your dreams. But no, seriously. Follow your dreams, like I said, study your craft and know what you want and go for it. I'm from a small place called Hartford, Connecticut. People down here don't even know where Connecticut is, but I love my people back home, and I'm always going to represent. But coming from there, it was like the world is bigger. So you think that it's in LA and Houston and Dallas and Austin, all these places that are huge. You go there and you're never going to make it, but you just got to stay focused on your plan, what God has planned for you, and everything will work out.
I would say find people that inspire you, like other actors, who are successful. I'd say look at them, as some people to study and just learn from their journey. So that's my tidbit on my advice, I guess.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I agree with everyone. And I would add to that and say, carry yourself as such, like the way you want to be in your goal, carry yourself that way. And so don't have that like small, limited mindset. If you want to be an actor, if you want to be a musician, like carry yourself as such. You can't hang out with the crowd, that is doing something totally opposite. You can't, be around the people that aren't going anywhere. I hope I'm not saying this wrong, but you can't hang out with the people that have no goals and no dreams, because that's not going to help push you. You have to carry yourself as such. You have to be professional. You can't have a fan mindset if you're trying to become the star. So, you have to carry yourself as such.
Man, they dropping some jewels, Lloyd.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
That's some
The
good
dream
advice.
team. Part of the dream team is right here.
I like that. So if y'all are out there watching, uh, be sure to check out Aniya's Escape, the new short film releasing June 27th, right?
Mhm.
And then it's online. You said when?
On Sunday.
On
On
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
And check them out. Type in Aniya's Escape, Aniya apostrophe S Escape on YouTube. You type it in, it pops right up, and you can see the trailer. The trailer is dope. So please come out, support. The film is an hour long, and like I said, that's perfect for me. Like I can go to the gym, put my earphones on, and pull up the movie and watch it while I'm working out in the gym. Get a good
You're not
little.
gonna be able to. You're gonna want to
Oh,
sit still and
You gonna
watch
sit
it.
still? Yeah,
oh, I'm gonna sit down and watch it.
yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna want to sit
Okay,
still and watch it. And
okay,
also
okay.
when they do see the movie, make sure you just watch it all the way to the end. We do have the song that's called Run, that's called Aniya's Escape. That
Mhm.
does play, so you will get a chance. If you don't hear it before then, you'll get a chance to hear the whole song at the end. And then we also shared some behind the scenes clips. So you kind of see the bloopers and the fun that we had at the end. And so I thought, Nikolai and I thought that that would be really cool to show, what happened behind the scenes.
Okay, what all did you show? Wait a minute.
I was gonna ask you, who put in
You
And
gotta
they
there?
haven't seen it. So they're going to be seeing the film on Saturday for the first time, just so y'all know. So they
you,
haven't even seen it.
you didn't get clearance from Tab yet?
Nope. She trusts me, so we're good.
So y'all gonna be actually watching it for the first time on Sunday,
Yeah.
Saturday.
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 Okay.
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. We have your Tab. We have your $6 in the behind the scenes. The $6. The $6.
Yeah, that's his
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
awesome show, awesome show. Sorry we ran late, but it's a lot of good information. We wanted to get it all in, and I really thank y'all for joining us. I'm excited and I'm ready to watch A Nice Escape because I mean now that I met y'all, I'm like even more eager to watch it now. So
Yeah.
thank you all for coming and joining the show.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you both.
Thank you.
All right. So Lloyd, anything from you?
I appreciate it. Y'all dropped some jewels. I'm excited about the journey that you guys have all taken to get here, and excited to see what you have left for the future. So, thank you.
All right. So everybody that's out there watching, thank you for commenting, asking questions, and watching. Please share, and we will check this movie out this weekend. So I will see y'all then, and we'll talk about it next Tuesday.